What's up, everybody? My name is Adam Palmer. This is Daily Nonsense. On today's show, we are going to be talking about the triple auto that everyone has been looking for, we thought was found, but turned out not to be. Also, some rumors that 2025 Topps football will not be coming out. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. And if you are a new viewer, make sure you hit the subscribe so you don't miss any future Daily Nonsense content. Now, let's get into it. Over the weekend, we potentially had some of the biggest news in the sports card industry that we had seen in a while. And it turned out that it wasn't real at all. Which that was one of the things I was sort of surprised by when I saw this coverage. And what the coverage was Goldin had posted a triple auto, and not just any triple auto. They posted that Olympic triple auto, the LeBron, Curry, Durant Olympic USA triple auto that the industry has been waiting on since that card was announced. It broke records at the time of the most sold Topps Now card, which I still think, other than the Ohtani, there was like an Ohtani 50-50 home run card that I think broke that record. I think previously it was 588,000 Topps Now printed versions of the card. So we had not seen something like this in the industry, a card of this magnitude. It was the first Durant, LeBron, Curry triple Topps auto. I think it was, from what I remember, it was the first auto with just all of them in general. So the news that some people were reporting as like that it was real. Like, I saw a couple different reports like on social media of people saying like the card has been found, this monumental card. But then it's like you go to the card and it looks super fake. And I was just surprised that people were really even discussing that this could potentially be the card that everyone's been looking for. There have been other reports about people having some of the packs at the National, some of the autograph packs that you're either getting the one of one or you're getting one of the other triple autos or one of the other low numbered parallels. And I think the report that I saw was selling that it was selling for $3,000. So the chances that it's in that, I don't know. I don't know if it's in that one specifically necessarily, but it is such a mystery. And if it never surfaces, I mean, it's really going to be probably one of, like, it's almost like a 30 for 30 type investigation of like where this card could be. And I think one thing that sort of stood out to me in the industry we're in now, because this was the other part of it. So Ken Goldin immediately was like, I told the team, take the card down. We don't want to sell anything like this on our website. And which is good, because that's what should have happened. So I think we're at a point in the industry where this type of stuff either needs to be called out by the companies, or the companies need to do something about it. If there's an industry, because this is sort of the thing when it comes to money, and maybe it's the sports card industry, maybe it's just industries like this in general. When it comes to money, there's always somebody who is going to try and get it a quick and fast and scammy way. That's just the case. So I think it's good that Ken Goldin came out and publicly said that they were taking the card down. And with this Goldin card, I don't really know how it gets listed on the website, if I'm going to be completely honest. Like, these companies have gotten so big that maybe they have people who are not like in the sports card industry, like, because this is the sort of a thing that I look at when I look at card companies in general is, there are people working at these companies that, sure, they care about cards because it's their job, but because it's their job, they also don't care about cards. People work for companies and they do the work for those companies. It's just a job to them. It's not, for someone like me or for someone in the industry working at one of those companies, it would be a big deal. We would probably be a big asset to those companies. But for some people, it's just a job. So that's really where I see why this card got listed, because that part of it sort of doesn't make a lot of sense to me, if I'm going to be honest. As we wait for this card, I guess now it's been almost a year since the card has released. And there's been times, there's tons of times where we see from boxes of cards where the box, the one of the chase hits doesn't come out. Like, there was a Bobby Witt that was in I believe it was 2020 Topps or Bowman Chrome. His Bowman Chrome auto like was a cracked ice numbered 25. I think I'm pretty sure that was the one I saw. It was a video where it got pulled. That's 5 years later. So it's like I don't know if that's what's going to happen with this card, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do see it fairly soon. I mean, it has gotten a lot of publicity. Like people were asking Michael Rubin at the National, and there were questions of if this card even exists. And I am confident that it does exist somewhere. I do think that it's in a pack somewhere, or it's either in a pack somewhere, or the card is like owned by someone on social media, or that isn't on social media. Those are really the only things that I could think of where this card might be. But unfortunately, we will have to wait to see when this card comes out, who has it, and then where and when it sells for. The other story we're going to talk about, kind of similar to just like how large some of these sports card companies have become, and maybe some of the issues that are going to arise from that, is that it's been announced, I guess. I saw it on sports, Mike was talking about it on Sports Card Nonsense, Geo, and he was saying that 2025 football for Topps has been canceled. So that means there's going to be no Cam Ward rookie autos, because Cam Ward is a Topps athlete, and that Topps has sort of said to some people in the industry that 2026 is really where they're going to go. And some of the reasons were because of the NFLPA. Potentially Topps had too many players in the product, like too many active players in the product. I don't really know why that would be an issue. Obviously, there's more legal stuff that I don't really understand or know, if I'm going to be completely honest, but like that's one of the reasons. There is going to be no Cam Ward autos. He'll have rookie cards because of Panini, obviously. I believe that Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders have signed with Panini, so those will probably be some big cards. Actually, I know that for a fact that they've signed with Panini, because the 1-of-1 score Travis Hunter, I saw that was pulled on social media. So I know Travis Hunter is for sure. He's going to be obviously a big name, but you're not going to have the number 1 pick yet again. For like the third straight year, Topps has the rights for that number 1 pick. And there's probably going to be some product that comes out with Cam Ward autographs in it. Rookie autographs, I suppose, but there's not going to be any Topps Chrome. There's not going to be any of these things, which in March, that's when Topps, I believe, was going to be taking over the license. So they are essentially saying, we're not coming out with 2025 product. Once 2026 rookies are coming out, they will be coming out. People thought that between the end of the Super Bowl, which is sort of around the time when Topps was taking over the football license, to the start of the next season, that's when we were going to see the full line. So over the summer, that's when we were going to see the fully licensed first year of some of these rookies from the 2025 class. But it appears that we're not going to be getting them. And again, some of the legality stuff, I think, could come from Topps and Fanatics just being too big for their own good. I think if that, I don't know if that makes complete sense, but like when you have these large companies like Fanatics and Topps, there are different departments who are in charge of different pieces of the products, So there's going to be a football division. There's going to be a basketball division. There's going to be a baseball division. And then you're going to have people who are doing the design. You're going to have people doing products. You're going to have people in legal. But who knows, like, if in a couple months they are able to change, because it's August. In February is when they're taking over the license. So who knows what type of deals they can make with either Panini or the NFLPA or however they're going to do it. And maybe in 3, 4, 5 months, maybe around the time, maybe next year, we do, or even when they take over the license, maybe they say, we're coming out with like a limited print run of a bunch of different products. A Topps Chrome licensed football product would be massive. It's unfortunate that Topps, for whatever reason, maybe didn't have all the legal information that they needed for this, because then that sort of messes up their product schedule. But I mean, at the same time, I'm looking at it and saying, well, do we need either an unlicensed product if they decide to come out with an unlicensed product, or do we need a product that is like a year old as we are moving into the next draft and the new sect of rookies, the new divisions, the new people are coming into the league? Do we need that? I think that they're unfortunately going to be missing out on a big opportunity with some of the names in this draft. But ultimately, there are going to be products for the end till the end of time. So missing out on one draft class, I guess that's not like a huge deal. It is unfortunate, but based on the information that I've seen, kind of there isn't really much they can do about it. That's all we've got for today. That's all we've got for today. Make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about today's topics, and come back every day here to the Sports Card Nonsense YouTube channel for daily nonsense. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.